Good evening, everyone, and Assalamu alaikum. We warmly welcome everyone to participate, joining us from around the world. It's a privilege to be part of the Sibec 2025 International Conference, and I thank organizers. This is Hafeel Ahamed, representation of Al Yusor Engineering Consultancy. We are having a local engineering firm here. So I would like to express what are the possibilities for the design firm, what are the chances we can explore in Saudi Arabia's design industry, which is everyone can able to lead easily. So Saudi Arabia Vision 2030 is one of the most ambiguous national development program in modern history. It's different than all what we had earlier. It's not like the similar one which we had previously. It's around $1 trillion of projects are currently under the execution, and more than 5,000 projects are redefining the kingdom landscape. So many speakers has touched all the type of project which is going on and the diversion of Saudi Arabia from the morning, and yesterday also it covered. However, I will move faster to the next slide. So these are the summary where we can find the number of projects and how it has distributed around 15 provinces around the kingdom, where it goes in different sectors that designs, construction, executions are in process. The kingdom today is not look for the low-cost vendors. Totally, they are seeking the design partner, those who are innovators, who can bring the world-class creativity, digital capability, and sustainability leadership to its project. These are the main strategic idea of Vision 2030. This is where international firm can play a role in a transformation. So with the right collaboration, we can design and deliver the project in Saudi Arabia aligned with the quality, cost efficiency, and the global expertization. Kingdom's doors are open for the foreign partnership, but its key to entry lies in a values and compliance and the trust. Let's look what makes our global firms such ideal partners we can bring to the Saudi project. Why we are strength. In that case, I can say as a first, the global talent. The engineers and architects who knows about the creativity and the technical excellence can make a value for the projects. Secondly, the digital leadership, which are very keen on Saudi Arabia market. For an example, in AOR is the term, very famous term here, architect of record. That means all the project has to go through the local company, local consultant office to obtain the approvals. In case of AOR, all the project in 2026 has to go through the BIM process, BIM methodology. In that case, the digital transformation, what we can bring it out from the expert, what we have around the globe, which can be very easy enroaching technique or penetrating technique into the kingdom. Also, IoT, digital transformation in civil engineering and all other disciplines make sense to enroll inside. Further, the cost advantage. When we are doing the projects outside the kingdom, that brings us cost advantage of roughly around 40 to 60%. Comparatively, the design consumes at Saudi Arabia. Finally, we can say the cultural alignment. We can align the culture with a shared value. We can bilingually communicate it. So working ethics are common. The codes are common, regulations are common, where we can deliver easily and scalably. Fine. What are the entry point we can think about? We had many speakers, they have covered the way of opening a business in Saudi Arabia. Apart from that, when it's considered the Saudi market in terms of design projects or design technical inputs, I can summarize into four entry gateways. There these entry gateways are elaborated here like collaborations from remote. We can have a partner with the Saudi licensed consultant to deliver the design works from outside the Saudi Arabia, where we need to go with some of the point where the regulations, civil defense requirement, Baladia regulations, Momra regulations, Mostagam regulations. So this is there. But however, the remote collaboration will make a proper contribution on the design from outside the KSA without any problems. Also, the design alliances. We can have a JV between two companies, between the company outside the kingdom, inside the kingdom, with a clear understanding, with the brand partnerships that can be an important part for the mutual growth as a start lean process. The MISA licensing. So we can establish a design company here. It has lots of regulation in terms of consultancy, also design firm because of the Saudilizations. However, it's most of the things are relaxed now. So this is another way. It needs a little bit of more investment in terms of 100% foreign ownership. Then the EPC collaboration. Most of the projects goes on triple P, boot, design and build. If you take a literature, around 60% of the project in Saudi Arabia goes on design and build projects. When come to the design and build project, most of the delivery methods through the contractor. So the risk is shared to the contractor. So in that case, it is very easy to the non-Saudi companies able to bring the project to be designed and delivered to the Saudi company through the platform. So these are the proper collaboration which make very easy entry throughout the we can say marketing principles. We can reach out to the Saudi market. So I can suggest, like in my experience, I can say we can start lean and collaborate smart. We can collaborate smart and scale once you understand and regulatory and cultural ecosystem, how it goes in Saudi Arabia. The projects are wide and large because most of the Saudi cities are horizontal cities. So when it's the area of Saudi Kingdom is very large and the horizontal city, when it's come to the horizontal city, the transportation, the logistic, tourism, hospitality, education, health, all the sectors in engineering or development, urban development, metropolitan development, downtown development, all these are happening around the cities in a large scale. So when it's come to this particular scenario, in terms of matching with the Vision 2030, there are various possibilities to obtain the design part out of the kingdom and to be delivered successfully to the Saudi Arabia project. However, there are lots of risks, concerns, mutual understanding, rights, liabilities, and obligations of all the parties has to be discussed in proper way. Because when we are meeting the Saudi client expectation, very important is the delivery. Since we have 5 years to achieve the target of 2030, all the projects are mega scale. Even the small scale projects are moving in a very speed process. Also, when it consider the design and build contract, it goes design and build contract is awarded to the contractor at the same time where they have to start the design with understanding the proper scope of the client, where we are making a very big problems in the current projects where the scope creeps are making lots of losses to the foreign companies. So where the team, when we are having a mutual understanding, we have to be well communicated, well understanding the scope, all the creeps and the gaps to be complied, all the compliance should be discussed. The compliance are very simple. The SPC code, Saudi Building Code, more or less equal to ACI code. So when the ACI code is similar to Indian code. Also, mega projects are using Euro code, British code. Also, ASTM is in use. So this is very common. That is very common that we have practice. Also, when it's come to the MEP or civil defense requirement, the minimum level is the NFPA standard. So if you achieve the NFPA standard, definitely it will pass the civil defense regulation here. Also, the lead or Mostadam standards for sustainability will make more sense. That has to be listed, discussed, properly understand at the beginning of the project. So all the project milestone to be well defined with a clear communication with the client and the delivery partner properly for the flow, smooth flow. Also, innovation and sustainability. Always they like innovation. They like innovation on the digital transformation. So we have to think forward on the environmental responsibility, easiness, the type of IoTs which can be added more in advantages, clear communications, clear documentation, and the long-term partnership. So these are the good client expectation. When I look at the flow of projects, even if we are following the rebar stage of work, the permitting is another part we have to think how to get the permit. That for that we need the local office. So we have to get the deed, that is on the digital deed. Then we have to obtain the authorization from the client. We have to make building permit after doing all the designs, detailed design. We have to obtain the civil defense. Then only there is a process of construction. While doing the construction, the insurance, the inherent defect insurance is mandatory, IDI insurance. When it's applied to the insurance, you have to legally committed to the third party consultant who will supervise all your work from the beginning. So all the state of the checklist stages to be uploaded to the authority platform for the proper monitor of government authorities to see what's happening in the master plan, what's happening in their projects. So then only we have to obtain the occupancy certificate, civil defense certificates. All this process has to go along with the execution phase. So if you are considering about the rebar workflow, along with the rebar workflow, the permitting is one of the another part we have to move on. Anyhow, part of that, there are lots of insight and advantages and disadvantages we can discuss in another long session. The advantages we can say in the synergy, we can say that BIM standards, the timing, that is the very important part. Because India or Asian countries, we are on upfront of Saudi time, ahead of Saudi time. So for the meeting, if the engineers are working remotely, we are getting good benefit that we are getting information before reaching to the meeting point. So these are the real advantages we faced in the previous projects. The success is we have to build a trained team for the Saudi building code. If someone is intended to do on it, they have to build a trained team, SBC, as well as BIM workflow. Then they have to learn about the bilingual Arabic and English. Then value engineering is very important. Lead sustainability principles are another important part. How we can implement digitalization, digital marketing, and understanding the Saudi market. Then quality control and quality assurance through the delivery plan are key hick or hooking point on the meetings. There are challenges. Yes, everything has challenge, but we can mitigate the risk through a solution, proper studies, proper understanding, even if it is a cultural difference, regulatory complexity, project management, protection of the intellectual properties, the trust. That is the very important part. We have to make a relationship. This is, we have to work with the client from the beginning of the bidding process, even if it is free. That trust will build up the long-term relationship in the market. That is the very important part. Further, we can approach as a specialist partner, not like a traditional designer, not like a traditional team design partner or strategic technical partner. No, we have to go with the specialist partner to take the projects that will bring more value on the project line. So in the success formula of pathway for the successful JV, what we have to do, we have to search for the partner. There are many places to search partner, jobs, and supplier vendors. So here, for an example, there are portal like Saudi Council of Engineer portal, where we can go for the engineering offices and consultancy. Mombra, this is for municipality website, where we can find AOR design firm. It will be used for urban design, planning, and building consultants. Etimat platform, this is the government tender platform, Etimat platform. Also, we can search tenders from the companies they are already in contact, like Mead, Sauya, pre-tenders, construction week of Middle East directory. These are the another way. Other than that, the LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very famous and mostly used application in Saudi Arabia to seek jobs. For the Chamber of Commerce, we can access and find out the company list and reaching the local Saudi firm. Those who are in the A+ firm, it is able to make a JV as per the regulation. So it's a path of finding the firms to have a design JVs. Then we can assess the capabilities. What is our capability? We have to give our points. What is that? We have to initiate the contract, share the capabilities, so then negotiate that, research everything, and formalize the JV. So it's as it is listed. So in the trend, design trend, so AI is very important. Digital twins, collaboration of digital twins, AI-assisted designs, modular construction is very famous here. Modular construction and methodologies. That means they are looking for faster construction. Sustainability standard is not negotiable. Always go with the sustainable measures. And the expansions around the Gulf are the digital trends. So let me close with a simple idea that first, collaborate to build the credibility. That credibility will lead for the continuity. The continuity will build the legacy. So when it's come to 2030 vision, it's make all the international design companies and the global partners to make a benchmark for innovation and excellence. This is the best chance in this coming 5 years or even 2034 expos are opening a clear platform to bring up more designs, more partnership for the Saudi businesses, Saudi construction industry. That is the most prioritized visions on 2030. So thank you so much for Sibec, and this is the end of my session.